Why did you have to be gay?
I know, I hate gay. Got it. Hey guys, my name's Cunard and welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. Now on today's video, I wanted to do a video about my coming out story, however, my mum's side of the story. There's a lot of parents out there that have to go through, or I shouldn't say have to, they go through their children coming out that they're gay, and I feel like it's just as much sometimes harder for them to deal with. Like it's something kind of like what we go through and how hard it is for us to come out. They have to go through that journey with us when we choose to tell them. So I've got my lovely mother here with me today.
Hi.
And she's going to open up about how she felt when I came out to her and my dad. So first of all, Mum, when I came out, explain kind of, because obviously I was on the phone to you and I rang you and I didn't know if I was going to tell you or not. Explain kind of what you and Dad were going through and what you were guessing when I was on the phone.
I suppose really to say we suspected would be a lie.
Yeah.
I had it in my mind that I wasn't too sure whether you was or you wasn't, but you'd had girlfriends. To me, you didn't portray what I think of somebody that...
Yeah, like an out there, over the top gay person, yeah.
So it was like there, but not, it wasn't the forefront of my mind.
You thought it, but you was like, maybe not, maybe he's just camp.
And by you coming out telling us, you actually threw us right into quite an emotional period.
Because it was a bad time for me, because I was going through a breakup and I was in a bad place.
You'd been going out with your partner.
No names to be mentioned.
And we suspected that he was just a friend. Although we've later found out by friends that had seen you together, they did suspect.
Yeah.
But they didn't say anything to us. And you rang your dad up, I was at work, saying that you was in a really bad place.
I actually said I wanted to kill myself.
You were on London Bridge and you were standing there and didn't know if you wanted to jump off. Your dad panicked, he didn't know what to say to you, so he rang me. I come home, I rang you, and you're going, I can't tell you, if I tell you, you won't love me. And I said, doesn't matter what you've done, I might not like what you've done, but I will always love you.
Yeah.
You're my son.
So then you went through a guessing game of what you and Dad had a little conversation
and
about what
the
you
biggest
thought.
thing was, you're on drugs.
Yeah.
London, that's what we all suspect, well, anywhere in the world, but... And you said no, and I thought, you know what, Cole, whatever you
said other things as well. They said
you was having an affair.
I was friends with a friend called Anuska who had a husband and kids. I was actually with her, which funnily enough at the time when I was on this phone call, and Mum's like, are you having an affair with Anuska and her husband's found out? I'm like, no. I'm like, come on, you know me. And
so
then in the end,
I just said, you're gay. And he went, oh my God, how did you know?
No, I said, oh my God, I was like, yeah, how did you know? And you were like, well, your dad had been sitting there discussing it. And I'm like, oh, have you?
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't necessarily want to choose it for Carl, because I think it's a very, very hard journey. And that I'm only seeing it from, a mother's perspective.
Yeah.
But for Carl, I know it's been a very hard journey. Even to come out to you to say,
I think I've made it easier than like a lot of other people, because obviously you straight away said like, come home now, get trained home.
Yeah.
Work were really good. They'd given me some time off of work to like come home and get my head around things. And straight away when I got home, Mum and Dad were like trying to make me feel at ease. You cracked jokes, didn't you? I think you had new blinds in the bedroom and you were like, oh, do you like the new blinds in the bedroom? And you went, oh, they're quite gay. Like, trying to crack jokes, which was, it made me feel...
you don't know what to do. It's like, somebody tells you something. I've not been through that situation before. It's not the normal situation.
Yeah, so it was still for you. That's like what I try to explain to you guys. When you tell someone or when you tell your parents or anyone in your family, you can't always expect someone to just accept it, because think of how long it's taken you to accept it in yourself. You've got to understand that process is for someone else as well. It shouldn't take as long because it's not their life, but it's still going to take them a little bit to swallow.
Yeah.
So for you, you didn't know how to deal with it, how to act around me, and then I think over time you've realised just act the same. Like, I'm still the same person.
Yeah.
And my brother, Lee, was great with it. Like, to be honest, I thought my brother would take it really bad, but he's still going through the process of accepting it himself, like understanding it. But he's always been so supportive of me, and I think...
And now there's loads of it, you know, it's so much more...
more than...
recognised,
Yeah.
more people. The other day we went up the town and there was like some like 12, 13-year-old lads together holding hands. You wouldn't have seen that 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's
and
a
that
lot
is
more
lovely.
accepted,
It is a lot more accepted, and the people are a lot more happier. You know,
I think like it's... I was saying on my last video that like now there's marriage in America and things like that. Like, it is becoming more accepted and things. But so I always say that, like, from when I told you, you went away with your friends, didn't you?
Yeah,
Because
it was quite...
at first it took you like, okay, we need to be there for Carl, regardless of what's actually going on in the situation. Carl's going through a really tough time, we need to be there for him as a son.
Well, more because how you were mentally feeling in your mind, not necessarily because of you being gay.
Yeah, it was because
we were worried as parents, you were in a bad place and we wanted to be there and support you.
Yeah.
But then after that, after we'd got you, you know, out of that situation, and I think, you know, we've always been very close family. We've told each other.
It's the only thing that I've kind of never like told you. And I had that secret for over a year of being in a relationship.
And as a mother now, I think, oh my God, you know, what did we do to make him feel that he couldn't tell us that? But in your mind, I know you felt that you were ruining our family as the
for me it was
2.4
hard.
children.
I thought that like having kids and the normal family, and also it is one of those things that when you say it, you feel like you can't ever take it back. Well, you can't, I say you can't ever, but I know people that before have said I'm gay, and then they've gone I'm not gay. So you can experiment, and like there's no one saying that's your label now. You have to stick to that. When you tell your parents, it's kind of like I personally thought I would go to the end of my grave, like to the day that you went to your grave, not telling them. But I've said on my videos... And
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like I've said on my videos before that telling my parents, my family and my friends was the best thing I ever did, because it made me be me.
Yeah.
And it made me not have to hide my life from anyone.
And once you've done that, to anybody else, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
You know,
so yeah, you went away with
Yeah,
your
so
friend.
we went away with a couple of friends that they'd already got a lesbian daughter. So
She'd just come out like 6 months before,
and she was in a relationship, and her mum was finding it quite hard. Her dad, funny enough, was, that's fine.
Which
you
you wouldn't expect, because her dad
is
like
a real man's
man. So you'd be like, oh, okay, that's quite a shock.
But he was fine. But, you know, it was really good, actually. It worked out perfect that we were going on this holiday, because it allowed us to have an open conversation with somebody that had gone through exactly the same experiences that we'd gone through. So we had the holiday. They said to us, you know, they don't change as a person. You know, Carl's still Carl.
Yeah.
He still can be annoying sometimes, and other times he's
amazing.
Lovely. Yeah. But what I would say is, I'm not saying it's easy. It is hard, you know. The more reason I would say it's hard is because all of us just want our children to be happy in whatever box that brings them in. And I do worry that Carl's not your normal, you know,
gay person. Because I said this on my last video again, I was saying that I haven't had to go through the process yet. I am. I'm choosy with... I've had a bad relationship before. It kind of has put a wall up, which I think we've discussed in videos before, and Mum's just worried because I've been single for 6 years. I think I've been on probably 1 or 2 dates in 6 years, and Mum's just worried she doesn't know if it's for her benefit, or if she's just worried she doesn't want me to be lonely. She doesn't want me to get, like, older and just be like a lonely guy on my own. I do want someone to love, and we've all like had this discussion before, but
so we need to get out there and find Carl the guy.
She sounds like he's on a game show. On the prize tonight, it's Carl Cunard. Come on down. But yeah, like anything else that you feel like, if there's any mums watching out there, or even dads, that are thinking, God, how do I deal with this? I'd say there's no way to deal with it. It's your own way.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything that you would add on to say, like, that can help people?
I think, be honest, you know, the things that I've felt, I've said to Carl, you know, I've never kept anything back. I personally don't have a fear. I would walk my other son down the aisle with his girlfriend and feel that proud mother of a Mr. and Mrs. And I would equally love to walk with Carl down the aisle as a Mr. and Mr.
Yeah.
You know, I have come to terms with that, and you will come to terms with it. You know, I remember back when my other son was poorly, somebody said to me, how do you deal with that? Do you know what? You have to deal with that.
Yeah.
This is life, you know, and I'm not going to walk away from my son because of his sexuality. Talk to them. They're the ones really that are going through it.
You did say at first, you said, oh, are you sure you've not been watching it on TV too much? Because what people I don't think understand is, to me personally, it's not a choice. It's something that like was so hard to accept. That was who I am. I was born this way.
And I now understand that.
Yeah, and I think that as soon as you do tell someone, or your parents or anyone, they just think, oh, okay, is it the new cool thing? Is it like a trend that you're going on? Or has it been on a TV show? And you think, I want to try that.
And some people think that still happens.
Yeah, of course. There's some people out there, it's cool to sometimes experiment and be gay and what's in right now. However, for the majority of us, it's not that choice.
No.
So obviously,
it's a feeling inside.
Yeah.
And now you...
It's just the way I am. But I think, like, for me, as I said, I think I had quite a nice, easy journey with it. It was still, I had to not explain myself, I still had to explain to you the full situation of it. And I think to anyone out there...
You still have sometimes now when I'll say, well, I don't understand why you feel like that or why you want to do that.
You'll be like, don't you think you just have an easier life with a girl? And I'm like, it probably would, but who wants the easy life? No. But I just think for anyone out there who has not yet come out to anyone, do it in your own time. For me, I felt like it probably wasn't the right time, but it was...
Emotionally.
Like emotionally, I didn't choose to do that time. It was just such a bad situation that I was like, I need my parents around me, I need people to know. And do you know what? It kind of was the best thing I ever did, because it made me be Carl, and I wasn't Carl before. So I think... you may not have a similar situation and it might not be as easy as you, or they might not accept it, but what I always say is, if they don't accept who you are, and that's definitely who you are, then at the end of the day, to me personally, I think when you do get older, you realise you have to stand up in life on your own 2 feet anyway, and I think if that person doesn't accept who you are, unfortunately, they're probably not worth being in your life. Because not when I say like not in straight away, like you don't say, okay, you don't accept it, bye. If they don't come to terms with it,
you have to give them time.
But some parents throw that. I know some people that the parents have threw them out, because obviously I know a lot of you guys that have emailed me before. You have religion come into the mix, and I can't understand what if you're going through in that, because that's religion. So
that's really hard.
It's hard for you, and I.
But don't give up. You know, keep trying. At the end of the day, you are somebody's son, daughter, you know, and they still love you, and they will always love you. It's just at that particular moment they're going to really find that really difficult, and as much as they're going to have to accept it, you're going to have to help them. So, you know, don't probably go out there bringing a guy back straight away. You know, gentle steps. You know, and but they will come to terms with it. They will accept it. It's just unfortunate. Some people will have a hard, long journey, and you know, I send you all that love to them people. And some people will have an easier journey. No journey's easy. Your journey wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy for me. It's still.
You know, still you have people that are around.
Yeah, still some people are like don't really fully understand it, but. You just say to them, like, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, accept it, like, or don't, or like, do you want to know more? So, to anyone out there that wants to ask any questions, even to my mum, like, if you want to ask anything, parents out there, please just come over to my Instagram account, it's just up there for you. drop me a message and I will pass the messages on to my mum, and she can kind of respond back with any advice that you need. And to anyone out there that wants to ask me anything about coming out, or even just have someone as a support, please also just come over, drop me a message, and I will try and get back to as many people as you can. The last time I did this, I got so many messages, it was so overwhelming that I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back to all of these messages. But if you don't feel confident enough to share your life experiences or anything, down in the comments box, because down in that comments box, people who are watching the video, you're all going to support each other. So you can all have this discussion yourself. But if you do want to send that private message just to myself or to my mum, happily come over to the Instagram account, drop me that message, and I will come back to you as soon as I can. But
just remember, you're not alone.
no, there's so many people out there that are going through
people.
this.
There's some people that are not strong enough to come out yet, and these videos will help them.
Yeah.
And there's you that have come out, and again, we can still all help each other.
It doesn't make you weak for not coming out yet. I think
makes you strong.
Yeah, like, well, because you're going through it on your own, and I think you don't need to be that strong. A lot of people that message me are saying, like, God, like, I don't know how you came out and stuff. Like, it's just maybe not time for you yet, but just really think about it. Like, I remember, like, right back to when I came out, and I just remember the feeling of, like, I thought I'd never come out. And now I'm thinking of myself, like, years on, and think of how much it's changed my life.
You would never have thought that you would have opened up to so many people now.
Like, and just tell you guys my life story. So, but yeah, thank you all for watching. If you did like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are a new person watching, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you continue to watch all my videos, and make sure you go and subscribe, the button's right there. And from me and the mother, thanks again, take care, and I will be seeing you all on the next video. See you then.
Bye. I did the same thing.
Did you do it? Did you really?
Shall I do it?
Did you watch my videos? Is that right?